you've been watching much news lately. You've been seeing all of the events at CPAC. Sam, CPAC, you know what that stands for?
It's the Conservative Political Action
Well, it
Committee.
used to be, but now it's the Christie for President Action Committee.
Okay.
Sam,
Well, I think he's done myself.
Sam Kephart has a few thoughts that he'd like to share with us, I'm sure, about CPAC and the Republican Party in general.
Well, and we've hit this before. My biggest issue with the Republican Party is they really, the Democrats say it's the party of no. I've been watching a lot of these Republican leaders on the various talk shows and news shows the last couple weeks. And when they're asked for a direction or a formula for a solution, they can't do it. They just keep coming back and doing this. And I'm thinking, why can't you articulate a sentient phrase of how to go solve something?
Really, it strikes me that the Republican Party could seize that line and say the Republican Party is the party of no. No to Obamacare,
Yeah,
no
right.
to Common Care or Common Core, and no to increased taxes, no to deficit spending. And here, we're going to then take it to the second level. We're the party of yes. Yes to tax reduction. Yes to...
But they're not.
But that's
smart
your
enough.
point.
Right. Well, and then the other thing is, it's become a dumping ground on the Tea Party, as if somehow the Tea Party, by not willingly going along with the come along, you have a twitch on a horse's lip, we're supposed to somehow come along and go along with the mainstream Republicans. But here's the problem. I don't blame the Tea Party folks for digging their heels in. It's kind of like we want to give a little bit of equal time and compromise on things the Constitution is very clear about. So it's kind of like a doctor saying, well, we have cancer on the sideline here. We really have to give it a fair chance to see if it can take hold in your body, too.
Sam,
that's ridiculous.
The problem has become that Americans have, over previous decades, come to trust their political leaders. They believe them. And so when someone campaigns as a conservative, they believe them. Instead of doing their own investigation, instead of researching voting records, instead of listening. So what's happening is that Tea Party types are folks who are inclined to do a little bit of homework. And as they do their homework, they find out things that are just not the way they're being presented. And they let the public know that's unnerving for the big tent Republicans.
Well, and it should be unnerving, because I am really disturbed by people who hold themselves up to be conservatives and then immediately turn around and vote against something that should be protected under the Constitution. For instance, this whole thing that we've been talking about with privacy and the NSA. That is and domestic drones. These are very deep questions. And it's almost like the elites don't want to have that question. And when the Tea Party or some other independent type Republicans or conservatives or libertarians come along and fire that question, they get their pantyhose all in a wad, and their ankles swell.
Sam, Senator Chris Dodd said something that I'm hoping that he said it in jest, but at some point in his campaigning career said it was like 8 days left of the campaign, and he said, well, I'm just really glad I've only got 8 days before I can stop lying.
Yeah.
And whether he was kidding or not, I would assume he was, but unfortunately, that is the mainstay of political campaigns, is to tell people what they want to hear, not what
they need to hear.
Yeah.
So what is your prediction, Gordon? You're a little closer to it because I've been in and out of town quite a bit. What is going to happen moving forward in this next major election cycle with the Tea Party versus the, quote, fake conservatives?
Well, I'm not that much of a prognosticator, but what I would say is that I believe we are going to see some Tea Party candidates or Tea Party friendly candidates win elections. But we're going to see the mainstream Republicans and the Democrats still keep their stranglehold on America. That's what I think. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what I think.
Pathetic.
Well, thanks for watching. There is hope. Sometimes we think precious little, but there's still hope. So don't give up yet.